on our first adventure in a very, very long time. We are at the Gorge on the Clarence River, northern New South Wales. We've been here a couple of times. We love this place, but this is the first time in what, 7 years? 7 years. So, and this is the first trip for Han, and this is the first trip out in Ralph, our new car. So it's a bit of a shakedown trip to see how we go, see how we pack, see how we design things, see what we need to modify before any longer trips. So this is only a 4-day trip, or really through 2 and a bit days here. By the time we got here late last night and leave early Monday morning, so really just 2 days here. But so this is our first night. This is our setup. It's a bit rough at the moment, cooking on the pull-out drawer, but it's going to do the job for this weekend. Fire is going. Han's a bit whingy, but he's okay. He's fine. Tent is up. Steak is ready to go on. Not sorry for the vegetarians out there. Pretty happy. That pretty much ends the first night here at the gorge. The fire is just about done. Han is completely wrapped up in his blanket. A few beers in, and it's ready to head to bed. Been a very, 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 very long day. Alright guys, good morning. It is freezing cold. No idea what the temperature is, but that's okay. Bit of fog over the creek, or the river, sorry. Just getting the fire lit. It's a bit pathetic at the moment, but I literally lit it like 20 seconds ago, so. Darren's over there taking Han for a morning walk. Time for coffee, I think. Coffee. Han's ears were cold, so we adapted one of Darren's beanies. Han, what do you reckon? Yeah, so it's end of day 2. It's Darren just about fell over. It's definitely beer o'clock. It's been a great day. Weather has been fantastic. Clear blue skies the whole day. It's foggy this morning when we woke up, as you saw, and it's just been really nice. One full day left here, and then we leave on Monday morning. So it's been a fantastic trip. What do you reckon, Darren?
This is beautiful. Like the sunlight here, and it's gorgeous. Except Han's trying to fall in.
Han's falling over. All right, camping Cobloaf. Let's see how it went. Yep, roughing it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Good morning, YouTube. It is day 3. I don't know why I looked at my watch there. Had a pretty quiet start to this morning. Had a bit of sleep in after a bit of a rough night. This one keeps stealing the blankets, which is not good. This morning we're off on a hike to Rainbow Falls, apparently. We've got Han with us, obviously. And we've got some cows up ahead here, so I better pay attention to what we're doing. Right past him too. Move. 3-ish kilometers in to the Rainbow Falls walk. Bit of a hard slog. It's a bit of a hard slog. Yeah, definitely bring lots of water. Definitely bring good shoes, and not good for kids. Well, if the kids are energetic, maybe. And yeah, dogs make it hard. So there's water there, which is what we could hear. Trail keeps going into this dark, ominous forest. Oh, spooky.
Might find tree beard.
Maybe tree beard?
Or an orc.
Or an orc, yeah, thanks. They have a cave troll. This is darker than I like. Oh wow. Yeah, bud. No, me leading. Alright guys, I don't know if you can hear this at all, probably can't over the waterfall, but we did make it eventually. Overshot the runway a little bit, popped the drone up, saw see where we had to go, then came back to it. It wasn't hard to find. It's about a 3 metre drop, maybe a 4 metre drop. One behind us here, got some good drone footage of it, and yeah, what do you reckon, Karen? Wonderful! Wonderful, what do you reckon, Han? It's hot! Hot? Alright, time to head back, I reckon. Alright guys, so as I said earlier in this video, this was a bit of a rig rundown trip, a bit of a testing trip to see how A, our packing skills go, B, how the ute travels, B, how the canopy travels, and what we need to do better for longer, more extended trips. We do plan to do some extended trips. Nothing is booked in yet, but we have got some stuff that we're thinking about, or I am anyway. The goal for this trip was to make sure everything was going to work well for us. So I guess I need to show you guys what we're driving and what we've got set up. So I'll flip the camera around. Alright guys, so the base of our our setup is a 2022 BT50. We only picked it up in February this year. Took about 8 months to get it delivered. It is blue, not black. This color does not help it, and neither does the fact that it's dirty. We've got the ARB Summit bar. I will eventually put a winch on it, but that's a long way off at this stage. Okay, so traveling around to the back here, we've got a TC Boxes canopy and tray setup. This is the 1650 long by 1850 wide. It has got our logo across the back of it, of course, as you have to promote your business. I'm running an OCAM 270 awning, freestanding awning. I've had this now on the ute for, well, this is the first real trip we've used it, so I have to say I'm pretty impressed with it. It's held up really well. We've had no wind. But it's been really good. So it looks the part and it does the job that it's meant to do. TC Boxes canopy, I love this thing. Something I always wanted on a ute. Never thought I'd be able to get around to doing it, but we did. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, so really impressed with that. Let's go inside. Inside, still a massive work in progress. Excuse, it is messy, it is dirty. I have just done a quick tidy up to make it look a bit better, but we are day 3 into our trip, so you know, we've been living out of this thing for a few days. Alright guys, so I can't get to it at the moment just to the way we've got everything set up, but over the other side there is basically the heart and brains of this setup. It is a 200 amp hour Renogy lithium battery running a 50 amp DC-DC and a 2000 watt Renogy inverter. So I've gone Renogy for the whole system just to keep everything the same. First time running lithium, first time running an inverter. We've been pretty impressed with the amount of power it's been holding and running. So yeah, really impressed with that. The inverter's not really working all that hard. The most important thing that it's running is the coffee machine. As someone who loves his coffee and has to have coffee every day, and instant coffee is not coffee as far as I'm concerned. Yes, haters, deal with it. I gotta have proper coffee. Pod machine's the closest I can get to having proper coffee. I wasn't going to go putting a whole bean in onboard machine in here yet. Later, maybe one day. But not at this stage. I'm happy with the pod. And it is quite good. It's the Nespresso. It's the Breville Nespresso Mini. So it runs nicely on the 2000 watt inverter. And it has a little side milk frother as well, which actually uses next to no power. So, alright guys, I said I would do a video this morning on, or added to the video, how much power the coffee machine makes. Alright, so first things first, turn the inverter on. Give it a second to do its thing. Alright, turn the coffee machine on. Give it a minute to warm itself up, get some coffee pods out. We are actually making 2 coffees this morning, so you'll see how much power it takes to make 2 coffees. We're currently sitting at 174 amps and at 88% according to the monitor. So, all right. You're on? Yep. All right, so everything's warmed up. Alright, so there's a double shot. So we're currently drawing 115 amps. 115, 117. I have no solar plugged in currently. It is just running purely off the battery. Uh, 111 amps. It takes a minute or so for the not even a minute for the coffee to be produced. Next one in. Straight back into it. Drawing about 115-ish, 120-ish amps. So that's the 2 shots of coffee poured. It's good to go back there. Now we've got the milk. So unfortunately, got to do the milk one at a time, but that's okay. All right, so milk started. It's frothing. It is pulling. Currently, let's settle down about 38, 36, 37 amps. So really not that much power considering. Put a bit of sugar in Darren's coffee, and I've already packed away this teaspoon, so pinch of sugar. I don't have sugar. I'm sweet enough, apparently. Alright, so 36 amps. That's 36 amps is pulling for the milk frothing. And we're at 172 amps at 87%. So heaps and heaps of power. And a whingy dog. We're packing up, it doesn't know what's going on. Hey. Alright, so that's one coffee done. Our milk. That was well planned.
So no road coffees.
No, I got long life milk, but I got no red coffee cups. So, all right. So second milk frothing's happening. Once again, drawing at 36 amps. Alright, that's 2 coffees done. Alright, so we're at 88%. We're now down to 86% at 171 amps. I can't remember what we started at with the average, so I'll put the math here. Or here. Or here. Or here. Wherever I decide to put it. Yeah. Pretty happy with that. So a couple of amps and we've got coffees. Alright guys, so in the process of getting this vehicle all set up, I had some old solar panels that I was going to keep using. They've done me well for the last 15 odd years, so why not keep using them? Fortunately, I pulled them out and all the cabling basically just fell apart in my hands. So I had to get something at the last minute, and yes, it's a King's 200 watt solar blanket. I've used it for the last 3 days. I'm pretty impressed. It's kept my 200 amp hour battery fully charged every day. This vehicle has only driven 20 minutes total since we got here on Friday. And that was up to the house and back again. And right now, the battery is at 99% or 198 amp hour. And that's just because I just used the inverter to inflate our mattress a bit. So pretty happy with that. So everyone hates the King stuff. I have no problem with it, and I'm pretty impressed with that solar blanket. It folds up nice and small, and it's doing everything it needs to do. All right, back into the King stuff. 85 litre upright fridge. I've had big chest fridges before, and this thing, Waco one, this King's one is amazing. It's been drawing about 2 amp total for the last 3 or 4, well actually I've had it running now for about 4 or 5 weeks, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's set at 2 degrees. It pulls maybe 2 amp total at any one time, except when it kicks in, which at the moment I think must have kicked in and it's pulling 4 amp. Oh no, that's because I'm charging my phone off the fast charger. So let's see what happens if I unplug that. Not sure if you guys can see that. So the fridge is running, and it's running about 3.2 amps. So yeah, pretty happy with that. The amount of space it has, it fits all the beer, it fits all the drinks, it fits all the food, and it has a little freezer. Like, this thing's cool. It has an actual freezer with ice. Like, that's, yeah. King's 85 litre upright freezer. Definitely gives a thumbs up from me. What about you, Darren? You happy with the fridge?
Definitely.
Yep, from the old fridge, it is amazing. So
Beer's cold.
beer's cold, that's the main thing.
But we are in winter, so.
Yeah, it is winter. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in summer. I haven't fully insulated the canopy yet, but I'll get into that next. All right, got the Renogy battery monitor, obviously. So I was starting to run out of money and running out of time for this setup. So I put together a very quick and nasty, but works little shelf system here. Literally a piece of 7mm ply on top, 7mm ply on bottom. Wish I went thicker, and some 16mm ply on the sides. I need to re-glue that. Don't look at that, please. And it's doing the job quite nicely. And these were $8.95 from Bunnings for one each. And they're big enough to put all your stuff in there. Coffee essentials. Just need to keep them closed. That's the only problem. So, alright guys, so one thing, I was looking for a DC control hub, something that I can have all my devices plugged into. I'm a photographer, so I have lots of things that need charging all the fucking time. So could be drones, cameras, phones, laptops, just about everything I have needs to be charged at all times. Hence the 200 amp hour battery pack. There's nothing I could find anywhere online that told me about this thing, the hardcore 12 volt control panel. It is really good. It has done everything I need it to do. So basically, it should be up this way, obviously, but I ran out of space. So basically, I run my power from my battery into one. It plugs it into the Anderson plug at the back here. Not sure if you can see that there. Hopefully you can. And then this one here runs my fridge, and there's another 2 Anderson plugs there. So if I need to at a later date, I can. They're all fused as well, so I don't need to worry about it. There is a 12 volt cigarette lighter there, which at the moment I'm using to run my lights. Actually, sorry, there's 2 of them. Sorry. And there is 2 standard USBs. There is 2 QC or high-powered USBs and 2 USB-Cs as well. So I can actually charge up to 6 devices at once, plus these. And then I've got 2 12-volt DC outlets there as well, which I think I can use to run lights. I just need to work out how to plug that into my current light system. So, future problem. Really impressed with this thing. Thank you, Hardcore. It took me ages to find it in person, and I actually was about to buy another one, and then it was there and I brought it anyway. So it's done really good job so far. Really impressed. Alright guys, so cooking wise, I am eventually going to upgrade these drawers here and put exactly what I want in here, and that will include a pantry, which will make my storage a hell of a lot better. Cooking wise, at the moment I am just using the trundle drawer to cook off. It's not ideal, but it is doing the job nicely. My old Coleman easy even temp stove, it's amazing. There's no point getting rid of it, so keep using that. All right, so moving around the back here, for an ensuite thing, I went for the King's one. It actually came with the toilet as a package, so yep, it is doing the job nicely. The toilet is also doing the job nicely. Not looking forward to emptying that tomorrow. That's tomorrow's problem. And shower wise, this thing has been really cool. Gives me a nice hot shower. And we get to use it for other stuff like washing hands and stuff like that. So it's nice to have pressurized water. Alright, this is Han. If you haven't met Han already, he is our Great Dane Cross. He's a handful, but we love him to death. Because of that, we can't have a rooftop tent. We've had a rooftop tent before. We love them. They were great. But yeah, we can't do a rooftop tent with a dog, and we like to camp with our dogs. So, yeah. Alright, so for a tent, we needed something big enough that we could be comfortable in, something that was quick to set up, and something that was not too heavy. We ended up going for the Coleman Instant Up 6-person, so it's big, it's huge, probably too big than what we need, but there's enough space inside that we are quite comfortable. And it is super dark inside so no light gets in. I have got the lights on at the moment, so if I turn this off, pretty dark in here. I mean, I've got the door open behind me, so. All right, so 6-person instant up tent. Literally does take about 2 or 3 minutes to set up, plus a couple of extra minutes for the fly. It was pretty good, pretty impressed. First time I've ever decided to use an air mattress. This has a 240 volt pump inbuilt into it, which we can run off the inverter. Awesome. Comfortable, yes. Hard to get used to, yes. Is there enough room for him? Kinda, but not really. But it's pretty impressive. It does. We're not getting any younger. We want to be comfortable when we camp. So,
good thing about both the mattress and the tent is we pulled in here when it was getting dark, and it was so easy to do just on nightfall, and we had a tent up and a mattress up in next to no time.
I think probably 15-20 minutes tops, including inflating the mattress. And getting the sleeping bag rolled out. We were pretty much ready to go to bed if we wanted to.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Yeah, pretty impressed with that.
Recommend it.
Yep. So, all right, guys. So we're back home. It's a couple of weeks after the trip. We've sort of settled back into our normal routine, unfortunately. It's life. Just thought we'd do a quick rundown of what we thought of how the ute went, what we thought of the trip, what we thought of the gorge. So, I guess, what do you think of the gorge?
Gorge is beautiful, as always. It's so nice and restful and peaceful there, and you don't get bothered too much by other people.
Just the cows.
The cows are a bit annoying, especially when you've got a big dog who doesn't know what a cow is. But besides that, we had a great time, nice and relaxing.
But the gorge itself, I really enjoyed it. It was a fantastic time. I think Hart had a good time as well. So he slept pretty much the whole way home, or pretty close to it, which is unusual for him. The ute went fantastically, in my opinion. Really, really, really well. Super happy with it. The ute as a whole performed really, really well. Living out of the canopy worked really, really well as well.
Yeah, it was great to have a fridge that worked and kept things cold and frozen.
And easy to get to. Probably the only thing I'm not really impressed with was my own design was the layout in the back of the ute, from the fridge to the back wall, this side over here. It just isn't, for the trip it did the job, but I use this ute for work. I'm a photographer. We're photographers full time, so we use this ute every single day. I need somewhere where I can put my gear, lay my gear out when I'm working, and actually be able to
get to it
and work out of the back of it. At the moment, that doesn't work. So there's not even room for my big camera box to be there. So I have to rethink that whole design completely. Alright guys, if you liked today's video and want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments below what you want to see and what you think, what you thought of the video, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace out, guys.
Catch ya.
See ya.